Have you ever wondered how much you need to save for retirement? And how much you need to save by your age? And how much do the experts on the internet actually recommend for you to save by every age? After all, how much money we need is going to be relative to how much we make, how we spend our money, and where we live. Like somebody who lives in New York buying designer clothing regularly and buying Starbucks coffee every morning is going to need a lot of money to save away to live comfortably, compared to somebody else live in Texas who does just fine wearing H&M t-shirt and making coffee at home. I know it is not great to compare yourself to somebody else, but I think it is an important measurement to keep track of, because without knowing how much you have saved, you won't be able to adjust your spending or know when you should have enough money saved, so that you don't have to work a day in your entire life if you don't want to. But seriously, at the end of this video, you're going to know where you stand, how much exactly you need to save away in order to live indefinitely off of your investment. So here is exactly how much you need to save by every age, and what you can do to get yourself back on track if you find yourself falling behind. But first, it would mean a lot to me if you smash the like button for the almighty YouTube algorithm. It is very simple, just tap the like button right there on your cell phone, or tap there if you're using a computer. Alright, thank you so much, and let's begin. Okay, before I show you any numbers, what do you think the average net worth of a 22-year-old is? This is calculated by everything you have owned, subtracting all your debts, and the number left over is your net worth. So how much do you think it is? Just take a guess. Well, according to the website The College Investor, the average net worth of a 22-year-old is negative $39,915. That means if you're watching this video right now and you are 22 years old and your net worth is zero, then technically you're way ahead of the average. As you can tell by this negative number, it is heavily skewed by the student loan debt. But don't worry guys, the number will get much better from here. So right off the bat, we need to start the age group of 18 to 24 years old. This is the group where most people are still in school or started working for not too long. And the median net worth is $8,216. The median is the middle number taken based on the majority of the people. So let's say if you find someone random on the street and they're in this age group, their net worth is mostly gonna be the median. The top 25% have saved $24,791, and the top 10% have saved $93,732. If you just started saving and you are in this age group, here's my recommendation: you can start right now, regardless of how much you make. First, the number one thing you should do is to open up a credit card. The point of this is not to use your credit card and spend everything you want and make yourself look rich. I know some of you out there are trying to impress that one girl by making yourself to look rich. Please don't do that. But seriously, you should start building your credit score, so that when you truly need it to take out a loan, you are more likely to get the best rate out there. You need to start early, because 50% of the credit score consists of your on-time payment history and how long you have the credit open for. So you might want to start as soon as like yesterday. The only credit card you can open is called a secured credit card. Compared to a normal credit card where you can spend the money and pay it back when it's due, a secured credit card is like a debit card where you can give the bank a secure deposit and the bank will give you the exact amount of credit to use. After that, all you need to do is just put a little bit of expense on the card and pay it back on the due date, and do that for 6 months. After the 6 months, you can upgrade to regular credit cards, which you like 0% interest on purchases, cashback, sign-up bonuses, and airport lounge access, just to name a few. And then just keep using it, keep that account open, and then open a new credit card for every 6 months. This will allow you to get approved for additional credits, which will improve your credit score by lowering your credit utilization rate and increasing your number of account open. If you are already doing this, smash the like button for the almighty YouTube algorithm. Second, you should aim to save 20% of your income. At this age group, you're most likely to still living with your parents. You should embrace this opportunity to save as much as possible. You can save it in cash or put it in a saving account, and later on you will thank yourself when you're most needed. Maybe like surprising your girlfriend with a gift. Save money, live better, and hit the like button now. Third, you should plan for retirement. I know it really sounds like it is too early to think about it, but knowing what you want to do in retirement can help you see what you need to do today in order to achieve it. This is also the perfect time to dream big. Fourth, you should dip your toes in the stock market. Since the stock market is really a mystery place for most people, by experiencing the stock market itself can put you way ahead of the average people only living on paycheck to paycheck. I know it is still very new, but just dip your toes in there. You can use apps like Robinhood or Weibo and put like $100 there to just test it out. Just buy something you might like there and see how it turns out. Your future self will thank you. If you don't have Robinhood or Weibo's account, what are you doing? Use my referral link down below. It is very important to practice a good financial habit that you can build from, which lead us to the next age group of 25 and 29 years old. This is the stage where people are still exploring, relocating, and trying different jobs. The median net worth is $7,512. The top 25% has $61,560. $268, and the top 10% have $152,000. The median number of this age group doesn't change much from the previous age group, but you can see the top 25% are already saved up in a decent amount, which is enough to make down payment on a house. But let's talk about what you should aim for in this age group. First, you should aim for the credit score of 720. This score is considered good if you decided to buy a house, and you can get a pretty decent rate out there. This score can be achieved very easily if you have at least one credit card and you have only for at least 3 years. Second, you should aim to have an emergency fund. This can help to repair your car if your car breaks down, or help out a friend or family member. I will set aside $2,000 to $3,000 for this emergency fund. Third, beside the emergency fund, you should aim to have 3 months of salary saved. It is not a big amount of money to buy something big, but it is enough to continuously explore the stock market. And this is the stage where you can practice and build a long-term investing strategy that works for you. You can use multiple brokerage accounts to test out different styles of your portfolios. Currently, I'm using public.com to test out a monkey portfolio, which I let my dog randomly pick stocks for me earlier this year. If you want to see what Robin had picked for me, I'm going to leave the video link down below. Now the next age group is 30 to 34 years old. This is the age where most people are at their peak productivity in accomplishing goals and maximizing their time for money. The median net worth is about $35,000, top 25% is about $117,000, and the top 10% is at $258,000. But the median is very reasonable. According to a Google search, the expert recommend having a 1 year of salary saved up. This is mostly doable assuming you have worked for 5 years and you have saved 20% every year you worked. If you're in this age group and your current net worth is more than a median, congratulations, you are on the right track. But here is what I recommend doing in this age group. First, you should review how much you are saving your money, spending your money, and making your money. Whether or not to cut back on your spending, save more money, and making sure you're not losing time to too much gaming or spending money on overpriced coffee. And hopefully you can catch up to the most people at the median level or even higher. Second, you should aim to have a credit score of 750. With this score, you consider a trustworthy borrower, and you will start seeing companies that offer you loans or credit cards that you're not asking for. Here's some money, take it! Take it! While there's not an exact way to calculate your credit score, you can use free trackers like the Mint.com or Credit Karma to show you where you're standing at the moment with their own credit score breakdown. So you can base on a breakdown and see how you can improve your score. Third, you should aim to pay off all the bad debt you have. Considering the average return of a stock market is 7%, any loans with a 7% or higher you should pay it off as soon as possible. By paying off any debt, that is equivalent to making the return if you put it in any investment. If you have multiple debts with different interest rates, I would recommend to pay off the debt with the most return. Fourth, you should save 6 months of emergency fund. I recommend to have 6 months of food and rent saved up. If you have any debt, I will pay that off. If you don't have any more debts, I recommend to put that emergency fund into a high yield saving account. I personally use Yotta. Their current highest saving rate is 4%, pay every month, and they also have a lottery system where they give you a ticket for every $10 you save in their platform. And each ticket you can win up to $10 million announced every week. You can join pools to win an average of 0.65 cents per ticket guarantee. Also, if you use their debit card, you will have 1 in 150 odds of getting it paid for. That includes adding funds to Cash App or Venmo. I have 8 purchases that I already paid for that equals to $91 in free money. If you want to try out this app, I'm going to leave my referral link down below. Try it yourself and you're going to love it. If you are a couple watching this video and you want to see where you stand as a couple in terms of net worth, and here is how I do it. For example, I'm 30 and my wife is 25 and our combined net worth is $130,000. You can use this graph right here. You want to try to get the same percentage by using 2 numbers that add to 130,000. In this case, I use 68,000 for myself and 44,000 for my wife. And here we get 69% on both. Nice. Which equals to being in the top 31%. If you want to try it yourself, I'm going to leave the link down below. The next age group we have is 35 to 39 years old. This age group is where most people are starting to feel stable in their career path. And most people will have saved enough for a down payment on a house. But they also have to spend more as they progressively take on more and more responsibilities. Their median net worth is $55,000. The top 25% has $225,000. The top 10% has $601,000. And here we have something we should aim for. First, you should aim for 2 times of your salary saved. If we use the median salary at 35 years old, which is $55,000 a year, you should aim to save $110,000. With this amount saved, you can have more options to choose from on things like healthy food, better living environment, and going to that dancing class you have been wanting to. you. If you just save and invest $900 every month, or about 20% of your paycheck, at 7% return for 6.5 years, you will have made your first $100,000. If you are like me, putting on $1,800 or saving 40% every month, at the same 7% return, you can reach your $100,000 in just 3 years. Second, I would recommend buying a house, because having your own space is like having your own freedom to do whatever you want without dealing with landlords or raising rents. And you can have a lot of tax benefits when owning a house. And the house you own is an appreciating asset, which it does not only count toward to your net worth, but it also appreciates its value over time. If you're renting and not deciding to move, buying a house for yourself would be a great choice. Next, we're going to look at the age group of 40 to 54 years old. Here's where the things really begin to take off. Most people here begin to hit their peak earning years, and their earlier investments starting to show significant returns. The median net worth of this age group is $164,000. Top 25% is $452,000, and the top 10% is $1,354,000. Most experts recommend to have 3 years of salary saved up. The average person at this age making $60,000 a year, and 3 times of that equals to $180,000. This number is very close to the statistic, which tells us it is a very much achievable goal. But if you're watching this video right now, you're most likely wanting to beat the average. So here is my recommendation of what you should focus on. First, you should maximize all your retirement accounts. That includes your 401k with a maximum of $19,500 a year, Roth IRA with $6,000 a year, and $3,600 on your HSA account. These are the tax advantage accounts which can put more money back in your pocket, and you should always do it. Second, you should maximize your earnings. That means if you are still healthy and conscious, you can take on additional work to earn more. You can do that by working extra hours, take on more work responsibilities, or even switching jobs. It is found that employees who stay within their company for more than 2 years get paid on average 50% less than somebody who is willing to switch jobs. And now it is the time to leverage your potential to make more out of the time you're going to be working. Third, you should review your spending. Even though you should be doing it every once in a while, but if you have not, you should probably want to look at your credit card statement. It is especially important now to really optimize your spending, because you may make a lot of money now, but you could be also spending a lot. That is why it is very important to stay within your budget, think long term, and see if what you are doing is sustainable. And fourth, you should also review your goals. While there's a lot of people of dreaming of having $1 million, you should think to yourself if it is still a realistic goal for you. Maybe you might not need that much for your retirement. The rule of thumb of a 30-year retirement, you are going to need at least 25 times of your annual spending saved. That means if you want to be spending $36,000 a year, you're going to need $900,000 invested. If you want to have more to spend, or you're a little behind of your goal, you're going to need more work to get there. For example, if you're 40 and you only have $10,000 in your account, and you want to retire at 60, you're gonna need to invest $1,650 a month at a 7% annual return for 20 years to catch up. Point being, these are the calculations and goals you should figure out as soon as possible, because as soon as you think about it, the easier it is to plan ahead. The next age group we have is 55 to 64 years old. This group is where most people are thinking about to retire or have already retired, and most of the things have already stacked up for them. The median net worth is $228,000. The top 25% is at $738,000, and the top 10% is at $1,995,000. Whatever you have saved up until this point is most likely your retirement fund. If you have reached the age of your ideal retirement but yet to reach your saving goal, here is my recommendations for you to think of. If your company allows it, stay working until your financial goal is reached. To get a 30-year retirement, you're gonna need at least 25 times of your annual spending saved. Then compare this number to your current savings so that you can know how long you need to stay working. My second recommendation is to relocate, as some of the states has cheaper rent, cheaper lifestyles, and zero sales tax. Moving to one of these states is going to lower your overall expenses, and then you can still enjoy the food and the lifestyle you want. Third, that is gotta be house hacking. By renting out your unused rooms to people you can trust can be a good solution to pay for your expenses. I used to live with old couples where they have all 3 guest rooms rented out. That allows them to continue to live in their house and use everything in the house for free. That includes property tax, utility bills, and Wi-Fi. This can significantly reduce your expenses and the money you need to save for retirement. Fourth, if you are age of 59 and a half, you can start withdrawing your profits from your retirement accounts tax-free. And fifth, you can also start collecting your social security beginning the age of 62. That will also help you to offset your costs. But I would not only rely on one of the solutions. And at the end, we have this official retirement age group of 65 and up. Their median net worth is peaked at $272,000. Top 25% is at $816,000, and the top 10% is peaked at $1,966,000. I don't think anyone this old is watching this video, but for everyone else, this is a good measurement to see where most people are are standing at this age, and knowing now it is the best time to get back yourself on track if you're falling behind. So I'm gonna leave my video right up here, but don't click on it just yet. Make sure to hit the like button for the almighty YouTube algorithm. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see me again. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Shh.